Just start with Connor. Connor, just the challenge this season, this year as opposed to last year. Do you see Dallas as a different team? I know each team has different players, but is it still the same structure that you guys got to go up against?
Yeah, I guess it's different. There's a few different players playing in the series, obviously, but in a lot of ways it's very similar. Same coach, same system, and same thing for us. We haven't changed much. They haven't changed much. Just going to be about who has a better couple of weeks here.
And Leon, I wanted to ask you about your depth. Guys providing offensive depth. How big is that for you guys when these guys have all seen them come together and they're playing their best hockey at the most opportune time?
Yeah, I mean, I think, especially this time of year, that's what wins you hockey games, right? It hasn't really been our top guys for the most part in these playoffs. It's been our depth that has won us games for the most part, and they've carried us and they've given us a chance to win every night. And again, you just need that at this time of year.
Other questions? Left side, second row.
What's it been like, I guess, for either of you, what's it been like having John Clingberg come and step up and take such a big role for you all this postseason?
Yeah, I mean, I always say this all the time. It takes everybody, guys that aren't even in the lineup, guys that maybe you don't expect to necessarily to step in there, and obviously Klinger, coming off those, serious injury, those serious surgery. It's been amazing what he's done. Obviously, we had Eki go down. It was a big loss for our group, but somebody needed to step up, and he's been really, really good both ways. Defensively as well. Really, really solid for us. It's been great.
Right side, first row.
Hey, Connor, what's the biggest challenge when you face Dallas?
They're just so structured. They're deep. I mean, there's 4 teams left playing. All 4 teams are going to be deep. But they, I think they had 8 20-goal scorers, so they score by committee. Everybody up and down the lineup. Obviously, Rantanen's playing great. The goalie's playing great. They got a tough back end. The list goes on and on of things they do well. They're a good team. It'd be a great test.
Right side, third row, Mark.
Leon, your team lost a lot of fast players last summer, and early in the season, it kind of looked like maybe you weren't as quick a team. And then Stan acquired a couple guys. Your team played a quicker, smarter game, and here we are. Doesn't look much different at this point. Was there a transition? Was there a time this year when you guys had to worry about the fact that maybe you weren't as quick as you were last year?
Yeah, I think early on especially. I think you could see it, especially in the way we started the year. I think it felt a little slower. It looked a little slower. But obviously we added a couple pieces that, have really good legs, and, they brought that, and we needed that. And I think at the same time we've kind of, started to figure out how to play the game faster without having to actually skate that fast, if that makes sense. I think we're obviously a very experienced group, an older team that, plays the game by moving the puck rather than maybe skating it.
Right side, fourth row, Bob.
Connor, you referenced the power play the other day. The expected goals for in the playoffs for the Oilers would have you at the highest in the league during the regular season. How much of this is just a byproduct of puck luck, and how much of this is that you guys collectively, need to have maybe a little bit more finish, especially on the road?
I didn't think we generated enough last series. I thought the Vegas PK was tough, and we didn't really figure them out, which we normally do. Over the course of a series, we normally figure the kill out. So, didn't find a way to do that. Thankfully, it didn't need to be a factor. It'll need to be a factor moving forward for sure, and I would expect the power play to get it going.
Second row on the left.
Connor, what's something you learned about Pete DeBoer when he was coaching Team Canada that you didn't know about him before?
Yeah, I didn't have any experience with him. He's a great coach. Understand why his teams have so much success. you know, he definitely knows what he's talking about. Very personable, likable guy. Enjoyed my time with him for sure.
Front row on the right.
Hey, Leon. Jake Ottinger playing maybe the best hockey of his career. He admittedly didn't play up to his level in the series last year. What's the key going against the goalie that's hot and playing like that?
Just continue to chip away at it. You know, he's a good goalie. There's lots of good goalies left playing right now, so you're going to run into goalies that are feeling themselves. I think it's just a matter of something that we've done really well in the playoffs, and you know, creating some confusion, creating some havoc in front of him. He's obviously seeing it, or he has been seeing it. So I think we got a lot of guys that are willing to go there and make it dirty and make it hard for him. So yeah, we'll see.
Back to Mark.
Connor, just a question on Stan Bowman. As the captain, you know, I'm sure I'm not saying you're shaping this team, but I'm sure you talked to your GM a fair bit or over the course of a season. What did you think last summer when Stan walks in the job, that offer sheet comes, a bunch of change happens, and the job he's done kind of, you know, recovering from that all summer to the point where now you're in a conference final?
I just play, honestly. I don't know how to answer this, really. I think, you know, obviously he's done a good enough job to, you know, get us into this position. You know, we got great players all over the lineup, and you know, management is management, and I just worry about the guys that are here and taking care of what we can take care of.